Hello, Cancer. Welcome. I'm Ryan. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general reading for whom I'm dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, the Val 33 Tarot Shoes Review as well. Thank you. Alright, so let's see what's going on. Oh, wow. Wow. That's a nice energy. That's a really nice energy. I haven't seen that one. Okay, good. All right, Cancer. So jumping into this because they're pretty quick with it. Right away, there definitely is some sort of communication and conversation taking place between the two of you, and I feel like this is necessary, even though it may kind of sound, a little bit kind of short, cold, abrupt, blunt, maybe even. It's definitely, even though it's very difficult to have this conversation or this talk, it's definitely also creating such a kind of like environment or circumstances that causes them to have a change of heart. So whatever the two of you have unfortunately gone through together, or whatever this is about, it's definitely an opportunity or a chance for you to kind of get through this together. I kind of feel like whether it's they need to get something off their chest, they need to kind of let something be out in the open, whether they just kind of say something, maybe they just kind of speak their truth. I don't know what this is, but it's definitely for the opportunity for things to kind of just put the past in the past, leave the past behind, and focus on the future, which they're clearly stating that the two of you are doing this together. So, it's kind of like, well, where could this go? It's a nice energy. Put the past in the past, leave the past in the past, bury it. It's nice. It's nice. Excuse me, I'm not too sure what they're considering next. Excuse me. Yeah, there's definitely a heavy consideration next. So you guys both do get through this, but then it becomes the next focus on like, okay, now what's next? Literally, what's next? Because I kind of feel like some sort of like dust is settling, like something's still settling. Okay. What is that? There's a lot of energy here about piecing things together. There's a lot of energy here about piecing things together, and it's between the two of you. The two of you do show up mirroring or matching one another, so you're definitely both in the same mindset. But what is that? What is that? It's almost as if, like I said, everything is kind of up in the air and kind of in consideration that they're contemplating. And I feel like it's about you, but I don't know what that is. It's like the two of you got through this together, but for some reason it's almost like they, like I said, they need a moment to themselves to kind of let the dust settle and kind of give them a little bit of a break or a breather. Because it's almost like they need to kind of reassure themselves, like, you're good, you're okay. But it's, for some reason, the way they process this is a little bit slower. They're a little bit slower to the acceptance. They just don't kind of just rush through at 100 miles an hour. They're a little bit slower to it. Because for them, when they want to make that move and they want things to move forward, they want to be pretty dead certain or dead sure of what they're doing and why they're doing it and where things are going. And this was very strange. I kind of feel like the way they move or the way they kind of act this way, it does give them bits and pieces of information along the way with how things progress and move forward. But again, it's like they find out information which they need more time and space to kind of process. And so I kind of feel like this is a little bit, you know, stop and go energy. And that's because they're piecing things together about what is actually taking place or how things are unfolding with the two of you. There's a lot of energy there. There's a lot of energy there. Yeah, and they kind of show me too. They're dealing with a lot. They're dealing with a lot. But they're doing it. They're willing to do it. So, for some reason, there's like how they process. They're a little bit slower to process things. But once they do, it's kind of like, okay, they're all in. Okay. Interesting. Couple more. Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering. I was gonna say, are they a little bit emotionally distant with you sometimes, or it's kind of like, where are they at? I kind of feel, yeah, they're a little bit emotionally distant because they're not too sure. Geez, Cancer, they're erring on the side of caution. So much so that there is a possibility of there being a third party there, and I don't know what that is. They're kind of showing me that they're dealing with so much for some reason. It's almost kind of like they find themselves kind of drifting or gravitating possibly towards someone else. But for some reason, it's also in such an energy where, because they are dealing with you and possibly another, they're energetically even distant and unsure about them. And that's what's very fascinating, is it's kind of like a little bit of a repeat cycle. So I don't know what that's all about, but they kind of leave it there. So goodbye.